Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review Bloody Island. Revenge is a bitch.
Written and directed by Joseph Kelly, starring Stephen Cena, Christopher Woods, and William Wild Bill Meyer. Bloody Island is about a group of community service workers that go to an island for the weekend, which happens to be an abandoned amusement park, where they are stalked and hunted by a killer once thought dead who is seeking revenge on a childhood bully. Now, what do we like?
I enjoyed the performance of William Wild Bill Meyer as the serial killer. I thought he was a pretty entertaining killer, to be honest.
Yeah, he definitely just got in there, started killing people. You know, he was pretty badass when doing so because it did open up to show us a bunch of cool little practical effects. I mean, there's not a ton of practical effects, but we do see some intestines getting ripped out, an eyeball, and it seems like he's a wrestler because he was really throwing down with a lot of these dudes.
Most serial killers, when they're getting seduced by women, usually just kill the women. But Bill, he went the distance.
He went the distance, and in one shot you actually see his penis. Unnecessarily, you see this man's penis. I don't know why. Wild Bill! Wild Bill's on set. This is what happens.
It's a wild card.
It's necessary to say that this movie is a so bad it's good kind of movie. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's so good. It is definitely like super low budget indie horror at its not so finest. It's definitely a comedy horror and it's terribly done, but like there are fun moments. Like it's a fun movie, however, it is just terrible. It was cool to see them work with like a $5,000 budget because it was a Kickstarter project and they really did a lot considering like they locked down an amusement park. That's pretty impressive, especially for indie horror. There's like a lot of different sets and a lot of people involved. I'm really surprised with the like large cast because generally we were working with about 12 to 14 main cast members. Not to mention there's probably another dozen in the intro.
Yeah, they even found a way to like nail down an underground strip club.
Which was absolutely hilarious.
Yes. There was two sides to the acting in this film. There was good acting that you actually enjoyed from characters, and the not so good acting that you couldn't help but laugh at that made the film very lighthearted at moments. So the acting overall, you got both sides of the coin, but I'm throwing it out there to Stephen Cena. Good job.
Stephen Cena was definitely the best actor, aside from Mindy Robinson, who had a very, very small cameo at the beginning, as well as Sean C. Phillips. Always love seeing him. Now let's talk about what we didn't like.
I'm gonna start it off with the editing. I could look past a few jump cuts, but I'm talking about the flashback film reel sequences were god-awful because I thought I was gonna have like a seizure.
Some of them weren't flashbacks. Like when they were in the freak show, they used the same like treatment for no reason. It didn't make any sense. I would actually argue that the lack of editing was an issue. In most cases, if somebody's having a conversation with someone, you have multiple shots. In this one, you actually have a cameraman like running between people to see like the reaction to what each other are saying. And it's just ridiculous. It didn't make any sense to me. This was overall an extremely, extremely amateur production. The camera work was not good. There are a lot of scenes that are just white blown out backgrounds. They shot a lot in the dark, which is nearly impossible with a decent camera, let alone whatever they were using. It just looked terrible. And just overall, the cinematography was just bad. Good
audio could even save this film because I, for one, did not enjoy the soundtrack whatsoever in this film. The music didn't match up to anything that was going on screen.
It was like this really soft sounding music that was just like really sad. There's nothing sad about most of the scenes that it was playing in. Like John touched on the acting. Some of it was good, some of it was bad, but a lot of it was really bad. I would not even say that a lot of these people were hired, to be honest. Like it seemed like a lot of them were friends of family or just friends that have never been on camera before, that are just straight up reading lines or repeating lines, and then you jump cut to their next line. It was ridiculous. For example, the boat guy.
If you need me before the end of the week, just send up a flare. I won't be too far away.
You can clearly tell that wrestling was a huge influence in here because they had a John Cena joke. They had an Undertaker joke. All of their fight scenes were choreographed like a backyard wrestling match. Like, not even backyard wrestling, like rated like JCW. That's what I'm saying. This is like Juggalo Championship Wrestling at its best.
Well, especially when you got Joe and he's wearing face paint already. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings.
Bloody Island is definitely, it's so bad, it's good film. The killer, I thought was kind of cool and was entertaining. That's pretty much the highlight of this film. The rest of it was so poorly shot and so poorly edited that it's really hard to take it all in and enjoy it. You're gonna struggle, like we did. So that being said, I'm gonna give this film 1 pop-up chokeslam out of 5.
I don't know where to start with this movie. Honestly, it is so bad. And I'm not saying it's so bad it's good. It's really, really bad. I think a lot of you might like it just because you can make fun of it. I didn't really like any of the humor in the movie, and I thought the acting was just a joke. And I can't tell if it was trying to be that lighthearted. I don't think it was. We didn't get the cool kills that I thought we would from an amusement park based on our trailer reaction. And I think the camera work and the editing were just so bad that you can't really get into this movie at all. So I'm gonna give this half a frozen baby out of 5. As always, thank you for watching. Like this video if you've seen this movie somehow. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. If you actually want to check it out, we do have links in the description where you can follow them and find out where you can see it. I think it's in festivals. Maybe. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything Bloodbath and beyond.